right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Lady Coco Show. Tonight, we have a special guest that's going to be with us. And so we're going to give you all a few moments to come in, say hello, and if you would share at least one time, tag your friends, and let them know that the Lady Coco podcast is in full effect tonight. My special guest we have on all the way from Jackson, Mississippi. He is the president and founder of the Jackson Music Awards. So we're not going to rush this show because he is here backstage listening to you all, listening to me, and possibly seeing you all's comments. So if you've never listened to how it goes down with the Jackson Music Awards or any other awards tonight, for all of you Southern Soul artists, blues, soul music, we're here tonight so you all can hear. Let's see who we have. I see Louise from Michigan is here. Teresa Robinson. Good evening to all of you all. Now, I can't speak to everybody, but as we go and we see your name, we will. So we're going to bring to the platform tonight, no other than Jessie, Mr. Jessie Thompson.
Thank you. Hello, Coco. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being a part of this show tonight. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of eyes and ears open to talk about
Okay.
the JMA Awards. There's so many questions when it comes to the music awards, whether it's the JMA or we have an AMG, we got the ZBT out there now, and many others that's out there. So tonight we're going to give you opportunity to introduce yourself once again and let them know exactly who you are. And we're going to talk about it tonight on the Lady Coco Show.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for having us on. My name is Jessie Thompson. I'm the president and founder of Jackson Music Awards. Started in 1974. Our mission is to promote and expose soul music throughout the world. We've evolved into three different events in that 49-year period. We have a Mississippi Gospel Music Awards, which we've been doing for 45 years. We have another event called the City with Soul Awards, which is an event that represents and honors businesses in the community, everything that gives the city soul. Our restaurants, soul food, our nightclubs, that's where our artists perform. Our club DJs, that's soulful. Dance groups, comedians, barbershops and beauty shops. And we're also working on another event, which is called the City with Soul Celebrates Mississippi, the birthplace of America's music. So we're continuing to branch out and to do a number of things just to make sure we can give exposure and bring attention to these very gifted artists that are involved in these different genres of music.
And so you stated to me earlier that you have been doing this for 49 years, 50 years. That's a long time.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
long time.
that's a long
So
time.
you know the greats of the greats. So tell me some of the people that you have worked with. 49 years. I think that's
oh,
the longest number I've heard
oh my
yet.
God. Yeah, 49 years. I'll go all the way back to the very first award show that we did, and I'll show you just how things have evolved. At our first show, it was at a club called the Club Checkmate. We had four categories, and back then, Dorothy Moore was a young college student, and Dorothy Moore had a record out called Cry Like a Baby. She won our first Record of the Year award. Uh, and Bobby Rush was a young guy out of Louisiana that was just tearing up everything. And now we've evolved into 30 something categories, and we've worked with the Manhattans. We worked with the Dells. We worked with Johnny Taylor, Bobby Blue Bland, Tyrone Davis, Mel Waiters. I'll give you a Mel Waiters story. Mel Waiters signed with Malaco Records, but Mel was discovered by Malaco Records performing at the JMA. And from the Jackson Music Awards, his relationship with Malaco Records jumped off there. Big Yayo always likes to tell the story about how he makes sure he comes to every JMA because that's where he used to break his records. Because when he show up with his music in his bag, all of the announcers are there, so he could give them his music right on the spot. That's how they broke J1 and I Got This Record. And so we had Eddie Levert of the OJs have been here. One of the groups that I worked with at two of the groups we worked with JMA, which I really love, was After Seven and Ron Banks and the Dramatics. I had a special relationship with Ron Banks and the Dramatics because one of the Dramatics was related to some people in my family, which is Ron Banks, and he had people right here in Jackson, Mississippi, in the Tougaloo area. Also, the Shylights. The Shylights have been to the JMA, and Squirrel, as we called him, Robert Lester, who was the bass singer for the Shylights, was from Macomb, Mississippi, which is my hometown. And one of the groups I'm really proud of that came through JMA was Boys to Men. And I see where those guys have gone, those kids have done, and where they are now. It's just phenomenal. And we're just glad that they have graced our stage. But artists like that, also our blues artists, Little Milton Campbell, we have an award that's named after him. But Little Milton was one of our most loyal artists and supporters. Also Denise LaSalle, Millie Jackson, Betty Wright. Betty Wright hosted our show for several years, along with a guy by the name of Jack Gibson. Back in the old days, we had a music convention called Jack the Rapper. And a lot of people that's been around as long as I have know what that's about. But it was a big music convention, and we would all come to that convention. It would be in Atlanta, Georgia, and we'd have a great time. We'd all have a great time there because everybody from all over the country would be there if they were involved in this type of music. So that's just some of the acts that we were able to work with, and some of the people that we had made contact with.
Wow. So you have worked with all of them.
We worked with them.
I mean,
yeah.
That's phenomenal. We have some people on here that knows you. Daryl Simmons is one.
Yeah. Daryl Simmons is our production manager for JMA. Daryl is one of our coordinating committee members. Daryl participates in our screening processes. We do go through a lot of different things and how we put the things together, and it's just not something that just happens. It's a lot of work that's put into it, and Daryl is one of those people that help us make that happen.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this question. 49 years in the game. Tell me, how did you get started with the JMA Awards?
Well, I was surprised. It's a good question. Back in, I was a performer. I actually was in a group at that time when we started this called the Composers, and we started the award show through that group. And that's how I was familiar with all the radio stations, local radio stations here, and the other bands. And we formed the association through our relationship as musicians and artists. And that kind of started. I was on stage myself. You probably, a lot of people don't have any recollection of that. I got some noisy people coming out right now, but a lot of people have no recollection that I ever did anything like
that. So you were on stage yourself?
That's correct. I
What
was
were
a
you
singer,
doing?
and that's a
What were you doing on stage? Were you performing also?
yeah, yes. I was a performer. I was a singer. It was a vocal group. We had a four. We started with a five-man vocal group, and then when we finished up before the group split up, it was a three-man vocal group. Our lead singer of our group was a guy by the name of Willie Norwood. You may know his children, Brandy Norwood and Willie and Ray J. So he was our lead singer, and it was a great experience.
Absolutely. Well, everybody wants to know, how the artists are nominated or whatever category that we have. So before we get off into all of that, we're going to first go to our first commercial break, and we're coming back with more of the president and founder of the the J Awards. So many awards, I got to keep those initials right. The Jackson Music Awards. We'll be right back.
That's correct. All right.
SKD Entertainment would like to announce that we are now accepting bookings for the hostess with the mostest, the one and only Lady Coaco Casanova. Weddings, festivals, concerts, baby showers, church and ministry events. Call 813-649-7977. That's right, 813-649-7977. Come and get this Coco.
I'm gonna give it to you until you won't. Now don't you go running out the door. Are you ready? Let's ride, 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 let's ride.
Shout out to D4. Yeah. Ooh. Now I've been seeing everybody on Facebook talking about get you a big truck driver. And you know what? I'ma have to agree with them. You need to get you a big truck driver. I'm a big truck driver. I love what I do. And you better believe my woman does too. She loves to ride when I go from state to state. And she give me good loving when it's time for me to take a break. I love my rider, and she loves her driver. Yeah, 'cause she know when I make it home, I'm a real good. You gotta get to a big old driver. Big old driver. A big rig rider. Big rig rider. Come ride with me. I'm Mr. Big Truck Driver. Big truck driver. Big old driver. Big old driver. A big rig rider. Big rig rider. Come ride with me. I'm Mr. Big Truck Driver. Big truck driver. My days get long, and all I wanna do is get home. I call her up on the phone just as soon as I'm headed home. She said, come on, baby, don't have me waiting too long. 'Cause I got a love low, baby, waiting on you at home. She's my dispatcher, so when I walk in the house, I'ma show her I'm the man. When I take that load, you gotta get to a big old driver. Big old driver. A big rig rider. Big rig rider. Come ride with me. I'm Mr. Big Truck Driver. Big truck driver. Big old driver. Big old driver. A big rig rider. Big rig rider. Come ride with me. I'm Mr. Big Truck Driver. Big truck driver. Ooh. Big old driver. Yeah, you gotta get you a big truck driver. 'Cause we the best ones around. And that's not to put any occupation down. But a big truck driver take care of you, give you good love. And you know they say truck drivers cheat, but we don't cheat. You gotta get you a big old driver. A big rig rider. Come ride with me. I'm Mr. Big Truck Driver.
What up, y'all? This is TK Soul, the bad boy, Southern Soul, Lufkin, Texas. Getting ready to come back to town for the Southern Soul Showdown. Coming to town Saturday, June the 3rd for the Southern Soul Showdown. Gonna be at the VFW Post 1836, Lufkin, Texas, with Black Red, Donnie Ray, Country Boy, Kiko Crack, Wendell B, and yours truly, the bad boy, Southern Soul. I see you there Saturday, June 3rd, VFW Grounds 1836, Southern Soul Showdown.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Lady Coaco Show. We got the one and only Mr. Jessie Thompson, the president and founder of the JMA Awards. Let's get him back up on the screen. You all make sure you share. Share tonight. We are streaming from YouTube, Facebook. If you missed the interview tonight, you can go on tomorrow and watch it on Apple. You can watch it on iHeartRadio and Spotify. So make sure you all share. All right, welcome. Look like you're in the car this time. Where you going, boss man?
Yeah, I'm in the.
You got.
Yeah, I'm in the car. You know, we finished up, and I'm headed back to my home office now. So the work never stops. I have to do it. You know how it is, Coco. On this grind, you have to do what you have to do.
Yes. So we're not going to prolong it. Let's get into the awards. When it comes to the nominations, how do you guys decipher who's going to be nominated? Does it matter if you've been out there 3 months, 6 months to a year, or you've been out there forever when it comes to your committee and the nominations? How does that take place? Look like you're
okay. I think we have some buffering in there. I understood some of the question, but I'll just repeat it. To make sure I'm answering. You want to know about our nominating and selection procedures?
Yes.
Okay, we froze a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me or I can. Okay.
I can hear you.
Well, if you can hear me,
I'll
tell you about our nominating and selection procedure. Oh, okay. All right. I want to make sure I'm answering the question. The Jackson Music Awards Association is a membership-based organization. We were founded on the peer group principle. That means that other peers or people within the industry are the ones who do the nominating and the selections. We have an application process where if you're in the music business, you have valid involvement in the music business, you can apply for association membership and become an active voting member. The qualifications for our members are that you have valid involvement, first of all, and that you dedicate yourself to finding out and researching what's going on in the business. So normally we have DJs, promoters, record company owners. A big part of our membership is from iHeart Media, the network here in Jackson. They're announcers. Also with WKXI, WJMI, and WOAD. The announcers over there. Malaco Records has a large membership contingency within the JMA, and we have announcers from other stations and producers and songwriters and artists themselves, other promoters. So we have that's the group of people that actually make the nominations and the selections in our major categories. Now we do have other categories that are voted on by public vote, which is our statewide announcers in gospel and in R&B. So the public actually votes, go to our website, and they click on, vote, and they vote for a statewide announcer in either gospel or R&B. We entered a new category this year, which is Promoter of the Year, and piggyback on a conversation we were having earlier about a promoter. Well, now we're honoring promoters also, and they are part of the process. But these promoters are nominated and selected by the public. So to be very, to answer the question of how you nominated, that's the process. And there are 2 ballots for each cycle. There's a nominating ballot, there's a tally, then we certify the ballot, and we have a final ballot. And that's what you get when you see these are the nominees in this category or this category. I think you asked something about how long you have to be in the business or something like that. It doesn't really matter how long you've been in the business. There's no criteria for that. But the only thing you have to do is have a good record or be a good performer and promote yourself. That's something that we can't do for you, but it's something that every artist should do for themselves. If you're in the business, you should invest in yourself. You should promote yourself. I know everybody wants to get airplay. Everybody wants to get on shows. I understand that, but you need to get out there and let people see you. And if you promote yourself and you're visible, then you can get the attention of the people who are looking at the charts, who are looking at what radio stations are playing, who are looking at who's on stage, looking at the number of people, the number of views that you're getting on YouTube, what your social media is doing, what your sales are, how you're ranked in the different charts. So this is the kind of work that we put in to determining who should be nominated, and in the final vote, who should actually be selected.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, so you're saying it doesn't matter how long they've been in the music business, as long as they're vibrant, they're promoting themselves, the music is good, and it's drawing attention. And then that's something I want to talk about right there also, because there are artists out there. They ask these questions like, why? How is it possible? Not why. How is it possible that an artist just been out there for 3 months, 6 months, possibly a year, and they're being nominated, for these different award shows, and they're out there and not being nominated. So you're basically saying it doesn't matter how long you've been out there, as long as you're getting, I'm assuming, the airplay, you're getting that attention, you're making yourself relevant to the music business, then you qualify to be nominated. That's what you're saying.
Okay. Again, some of that I heard, and it was kind of, I don't know, it's buffering on your end. I don't know if mine is doing that too, but I could only hear parts of the question. But again, I really wanted to make sure I heard all of it so I could answer it. I think you were saying, it doesn't matter how long. To be eligible, it doesn't matter how long. Now, how effective it's going to be is another thing. If you have someone that's put in an entire body of work and you're in a category like Entertainer of the Year, and you have an artist that has really been out there for years making stuff happen, you may not win Entertainer of the Year, because it's more about body of work than it is about what you actually were able to accomplish in a shorter period of time. So, but to be eligible, just be in the business, be out there. I mean, you have a guy that won 6. We have an artist that won 6 awards last year. One artist that won 6 awards this past year in 2022. And in 2021, it was not even on our ballot. We didn't even know who he was, and that was King George. And it happened just that fast. So I'm saying it's according to what what the artist is able to accomplish in that time period, and just how effective they are. I'm going to give you a better picture here in a minute, because I'm going to get to where I have more light. I'm sorry about this, but
okay.
I hope I'm answering your question. But like I said, I keep getting seemed like it
You are,
buffers when
and,
asked the
and the
question,
reason
and I don't
I
really hear
asked you that
the
question,
full amount. I like to be exact, but um, it's like it's buffering now, and so I. Anyway, did I answer your question?
yes, you did. And so you know
Okay,
what? We have a couple of more minutes, so we're gonna take one more commercial break because I want to bring on the promoter that I asked you about, which is Bessie Stokes Woods. So she's gonna come
sure.
on also, and we're gonna collab on the JMA and on the promoter's perspective. So we're gonna go out one more time, you all, and take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
She must be lit because she's so wrong. Better get your girl because she messed up. Better get her ass from my door.
Better be halfway down the block.
By the time I hit the floor.
It looks like that one cut off. We're gonna try to run it back again. Let's try to run that last advertisement back one more time. September 2nd, Tylertown, Mississippi. Let's see if we can run that one back. We're going to try to run that last commercial back. It's a short one, but let's run it one more time.
She must be lit because she's so wrong. Better get your girl because she messed up. Better get her ass from my door.
Better be halfway down the block.
By the time I hit the floor.
All right. So it's short, but next Tuesday when we come back, we'll do it again. So we want to take a few moments to welcome Miss Bessie Stokes Woods to the Lady Coaco podcast. How you doing, Queen?
How are you? I'm fine.
Can you?
Can you hear me?
So listen, Mr. J. Yes, I can hear you well. I can hear you. So Jessie Thompson, the president and founder of the JMA Awards, I mentioned him to you this evening. He said he didn't know you. And so here's opportunity for you all to meet tonight.
Hello, pleased to
Hi,
meet
how you doing?
Mr. Jesse,
All
can
right.
you?
Yeah, I can see her and I can hear her, and
So we
pleased to meet you.
You can, all right. Can you still hear me, Jesse? Can you still hear me?
I can hear you clear in some spots, but go ahead. It seems like it's working better now.
Okay. Well, tonight I feel like this is a power duo. How much more can we present to you all in Southern Soul Music and Blues? I'm the founder and president of the JMA Awards, and one of the best, phenomenal promoters we have that's been out there for over 30 years. That is Miss Bessie Stokes Woods from Mobile, Alabama, in the building. Say hello to the people, Miss Betsy.
Hi, everybody. How everybody doing? I'm sitting inside the car. I'm at the event. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not.
How is Mobile? Yes, we can hear you very clear. You look good over there too, girl. It's dark, but we can see your face.
All right, thank you, love.
Yes. So tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Bessie. I started off Bessie South Hall. Then, of course, I got married. I've been married twice. That's how I became Stokes Woods. I've been in the industry actually from my father. My father was Robert Lee Gaston. He was a promoter here out of Mobile, Alabama. So I kind of like got this little trace going ever since the age of 18 years old. I've been out here for 32 years. When I started off with Johnny Teller, Marvin C., Tyrone Davis, Denise LaSalle, and all them. Those was the first artists I ever brought to Mobile, along with my father. So I kind of, got up under his wing and learned the industry. And I've been doing it ever since. Miss Mary is one of my first people I put under my label, along with Stephanie McD. Worked, of course, I had Reggie P., Katrina Jefferson. I worked years under Jackie Neal. I have Lady T and Mr. J, some more artists that's under my label.
Oh wow. So see, that's what I was telling Jesse earlier. You know, some of the people that you've worked with, and he said he didn't know who you were. So now, Mr. Jesse, you see who she is and the people that she has worked with. So it's phenomenal to have
Yeah.
both of you all on tonight. So, Bessie, let me ask you: when it comes to you putting your shows together, how do you select the artist that's going to bring the fire on your shows? I mean, do you do it by yourself
Well,
or do
I
you have
select
help?
artists pretty much by their talent and what the people want. It's actually it's a lot of talent out here that I seen from Mississippi and Louisiana, but don't mean that they are known in Alabama. So if I'm doing a show in Alabama, I got to get Alabama what Alabama want. It's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? I could ease somebody in new, just to give them the exposure, but 10 out of 10, I'm gonna go by what the people want because everybody's, want to make some money. I'm not in it to throw my money away. So,
Absolutely.
mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So have you attended any of the award shows?
I went to the Jackson Music Awards years ago. Um, I think at the time I went with Reggie P. I think it was me, Reggie P, and Sir Charles. Then when I went, that was my first and only time that I went. I went to
Wow. And you didn't
ZBT.
meet
Yeah.
Mr. Jesse right here.
No, I did not then. No, it's a busy night for him,
Yeah.
so I didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to meet him. But of
Well,
course, everybody in the industry know me, Jesse. I mean, everybody. So we
yeah.
just got to
Yeah.
catch up.
And I know you now. I know you now. So yeah,
Yeah,
everybody knows. I just hadn't spent a lot of time in Alabama, and when you are here, I just hadn't. We didn't cross paths. But I understand, when you're a promoter, you may not run across people in other markets, and it's kind of like what she was saying when you're putting together a show. She may have somebody that's hot in Mississippi, but the people in Alabama don't know who they are. That's not. She's got to put butts in the seats. That's what promoters do, because
exactly.
it's a business. Yeah. So
Right.
I understand that. And somebody could say, "Hey, Miss Bessie, you need to put me." Well, she said, "Well, look, I don't know. I don't. No matter how many people you put in there in Houston, but you need to put some folks in Alabama." So that's how
Exactly.
you pick it, right? Yeah.
And it's easy said than done. People call me all the time. Put me on, put me on. It's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not
Right.
in it to make money. I'm on the promoter side and I'm on the management side. I know how it
Right.
is on both ends. I be trying to get my artists on shows, and I know that I'm not gonna be able to get them on a lot of shows. You know what I'm saying? But when I can get them on, that's fine. And then I know the end on having the show, the promotion side of it. So it's a lot of work on both ends. But 10 out of 10, and what the artists need to know, that the promoter is not in it to throw the money, our money away. We in it to make
That's
money.
right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So, and a lot of artists are
Absolutely. So
coming out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Betsy. No,
No,
you
you
go
go ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, so basically, what you're saying is like, a lot of the artists, they want to be on shows, right? And so if they're not known in Mobile and want to get on the show in Mobile, you have to really, really sit down and look at your ballot. Like, okay, does it make you have to make it make sense? So
You
to
have
bring them
to.
to Mobile and they're not known, nobody's really gonna come for them. Maybe one, two people, maybe 3 to 5 people that's gonna come. So I would say this to the artists. When you're not known in the area, you have to make sure you put yourself out there, as Jesse said earlier. You have to promote yourself, you know, bank on yourself and make yourself relevant to the people. That way,
Exactly.
if Bessie decides to say, okay, somebody say, okay, I've been watching this person, so I'm going to Mobile. Can you meet me there? If
Exactly.
they don't
And
know
see,
you,
that's what made me start.
you
I don't mean to
basically
cut you off. I apologize.
you're
Miss Coco. Okay, we got a slight delay, but like I started the Southern Soul Showcase here in Mobile every first Sunday, and this is a platform for new artists to be broken into the Mobile market. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many artists want me to bring them to Mobile, and they want to be a part of these shows that I'm a part of, but it's not that simple. So now I have created a platform every first Sunday of the month for the artists to come down here and promote themselves. I have the sound man there. I have your MC. I got the stage. I got the people. I got the radio jocks. I got the well, not all the radio stations, but I have DJs and other promoters in the building. So it's up to you to come to Mobile and promote yourself. I'm not gonna pay for it, but I have set up the platform for you to come to Mobile and get yourself known. You can't get no easier than that. But for me to spend my money, give you $500 to $1,000, $2,000 for a show I never seen before, I'm just not gonna do it. And I'm just sorry.
No, that's smart. You're not sorry. That's smart. You won't be in business very long doing that.
right. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so that's the promoter, Bessie Stokes Woods. So let's go back to the JMA Awards with Mr. Jesse. So Jesse, let the people know also how can they get their tickets to come to the JMA Awards. Where is it being promoted so they can go and check it out? Like, do you have your little imps and everything? I'm gonna say imps.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say your setup. Do you have your setup? So let us know about that.
Yes, to purchase tickets for JMA, you can go to our website at www.jmainc.com. Or just search Jackson Music Awards. You can go to any of our social media accounts, Jackson Music Awards Facebook page, Instagram page. We have ticket links there. When you go to our website, you just click on tickets, and tickets for all of our events will pop up, and you can select which event you want to go to. Now the events will be held here in Jackson at the Jackson Convention Center Complex, July 23rd, 22nd, 23rd and 24th. On the 22nd, we're having a kickoff showcase in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, featuring Leroy Allen, Aaron Jordan, Kanisha, and also all the way from Dallas, Texas. We have blues man that's coming in that we're going to showcase blues on Saturday night at the Club Oasis. So we're inviting people to come to that event. So that's all of those tickets are available on our website. So that's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night.
That's fantastic. Who is it? That's Betsy. Daryl. Do you know Daryl Simmons, Betsy?
Glasses on, so I can't see any of the comments.
He said you're on the platform. Okay. Do you know Daryl Simmons?
Not right off. I heard of the name, yes.
Okay. He's part of the JMA Awards. He's the stage man, right? The
Yes.
Jesse.
Yes, Daryl
Yes.
is our production manager. Yeah, he's the production manager for JMA events. Also, he's a committee member, and he serves on our screening committee. We want people who have their nose to the ground, and Daryl is out there. If you go to his social media page, Soul Music Sessions, he's out there. You never know who's on Daryl's stage. So Daryl is out there constantly, and he keeps up.
Right.
He's a good source for information that he shares with the committee because we want to continue to be as effective as we can possibly be. And let me just say this: it's a huge business.
It
Just
is.
being a part of this, it's a lot of people out there, and people will call me and say, "Well, why I'm not nominated, or why didn't I get this or that?" We can't get everybody. You're just not going to be 100%. As I said, King George came to our show at our show in 2022 and won more awards than anybody has. And the year before that, he wasn't even on the ballot. So it's just
Right.
a huge business. Things happen fast. Sometimes they happen slow. It's not stuff we control. We want to be 75 to 80% thorough. We try to get as many people involved as possible. If you look at our list of nominees, it's 17 pages long with sole artists that are being nominated for some of everything. But we want people to be involved, come see what we do, support what we do, and we appreciate all the artists and music lovers who supported this event for the last 49 years.
It's been a long time. It has.
Yeah, that's a long time to do anything.
Yeah.
But on the other side, here's
the thing. Wait a minute, you all. Wait a minute, Thompson. Can you hear me? I think we're talking us on the line. We have a promoter that's been out here for 32 years, and we have Mr. Thompson up here, been out there for 50 years. You might as well say 50 years. And so oftentimes when we're new in the game, we don't understand. But with us having, I'm going to say 80 years with the both of them.
Yes. You know, I'm
together. That's a lot of experience.
I started out real young. You know, I started off real young because when I came back, Gwen McCrae was still singing. And that's my girl.
Yeah,
Lynn White and Janet Taylor, all of them was at my dad's house. I didn't even know who they were. And they would just call me little mama, baby girl. So when I got in the industry, it was kind of easy for me because I had already knew who they all were. So
yeah, it's a blessing.
Right, you was watching them as a little kid.
Yes. Yes.
That's what she
I'm excited. I'm gonna get the award this year.
And so both, you're getting an award this year?
I said I'm going to be at the Jackson Music Awards this year. I'm going to be at the Jackson Music Awards this year.
Okay, there.
All right, and look, you come to me. I'll make sure we hook up.
Yeah. They actually, if I'm not mistaken, I'm getting honored. They honored me at the ATL awards last year, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm getting award. I'm being honored again in the ZBT awards.
Go ahead on, girl. You deserve it.
Okay.
After 32 years, I deserve it.
You deserve it. Anybody in this round like that, yeah.
Yeah, I've been with Spring Fleet
what's your
25 years. Say what, Miss Coco?
Say that again, Betsy.
I was saying that I've been with Spring Fleet. I've been with Spring Fleet for day one, 25 years.
Wow.
It's one of the longest lasting blues outdoor festivals in Mobile.
All right.
That's a long time. And so you have another one coming up in Mississippi this year, right? You have something coming up in Meridian, Mississippi.
That's the QV Sykes Blues Festival. Yeah, the QV Sykes Blues Festival.
Okay, so is that show already put together?
Actually, I'm putting it together now. It should be together by the end of the week. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go back to Mr. Jesse. Mr. Jesse, I got one more question for you. I want you to close your part out by telling these artists if they're new and upcoming, as you stated when King George came out in 2022 and nobody knew who he were. And he was able to come. He was able to come to the JMA Awards. And how many awards did he win? And how did he get nominated and won? 5.
Right. I mean, it's
the people want to know, how did it happen?
How did that happen? You cannot. This is how it happened. You cannot. Numbers don't lie. Okay. when you're getting the views, when you're getting the downloads, when you're getting the streams, you know, when you're on the playlist, hey, you got it covered. You're going to get nominated, and you're probably going to win, because guess what? The people who are following those trends, that's what people look at. They look at charts. You know, they listen. They go by what they hear on. They go by who's being played on the radio, the frequency that they're being played, who's ranked here, who's ranked there. We look at all the Southern Soul charts that we can possibly find. So when King George's name pops up in all of those platforms, you have to go with that. It's a numbers game. So if you have the numbers, the documented numbers, they're, you know, if you look at an artist, and I tell artists this, work your social media accounts, get your following, get people to follow you, and promote yourself to increase your following. That's free advertising, but you have to work at it. When advertisers and marketers look at businesses, organizations, and artists, they want to know what their impact, their reach is. And if you have 1 million followers and I've got 500 followers, they're not going to buy me with 500. They're going to get the one with the 1 million followers. This just makes sense. That's the one that's going to get the attention. So the way it happened with King George is just the way it happened. Look at where he is. Look at where he is. You can't look at a venue or a city now that's doing anything with soul or soul blues. The King George is not probably the hottest pick for a promoter. And you can ask, we have a promoter on here. You know, you put your money on King George, he's going to draw. Yeah. I mean, the numbers don't lie. And what we do when we put on our promoter hats, we got to make money then. It's not a showcase. It's not an award show. This is what she's talking about as a promoter. Her money is on the line. So she doesn't care whether she liked King George or not, or whether he came out last year or 50 years ago. If he's going to put butts in those seats and sell tickets, that's who she's going to buy.
Exactly.
I mean that's simple. And artists need to understand that. Yeah. And okay, King George got what King George got. I can't tell you the work that King George put in to do what he's done or what happened for him. It may not work the same way for you, but you got to keep trying. You got to get, and it's not, it's not Bessie's fault. It's not my fault. Okay, I can't do it for you. These are things that you have to do. But when it comes to our credibility, what we're going to do, that's why we've existed for 49 years and continue to grow. We have to maintain our credibility. And for us to do that, we have to be legitimate. We have to pick the right folks. And Bessie, she has to sign the right folks to keep keep money in her pocket. And so that's it. That's kind of, that's all I don't know any other way to say it now.
Yeah, you can't say it no better than what you just said.
Okay, well, listen, we have to take one more commercial break, and we're coming right back because the show is almost over. We might have to do a part 2 of the 80 years together. We'll be right back.
Yes, I'm more than happy. Yes.
We're some young folks.
Yes. I think our internet is moving tonight.
Yeah, your internet is kind of buffering.
Okay, it's moving slow. I guess we got too much action tonight. Too much action tonight.
It's hot. It's hot.
So listen. The Jackson Music Awards. What's the date?
Monday, July the 24th. Monday, July the 24th.
The 20. Okay.
And you never asked
Okay.
me why
So
is
we're
it
gonna
on
do
Monday
a part
night?
2 of this because I'm gonna ask you why come back to. We need a part 2. Y'all are,
Oh,
so why is it on a
oh,
Monday night? And can you all give me a part 2 of this interview?
Yes, I'll be more
yeah,
than
we
happy
do that.
to.
The promoter.
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it on a Monday night, Jessie?
Well, as I told you earlier, Coco, back then I was a performer. You asked me how did I get in the position to start it. Well, I was in a group. And when we decided that we were going to have an award show, we had to pick a night when we weren't working. So most of us were not working on Monday nights. So that's when we would get together to have the award show. And so that tradition has continued for 49 years. And that's how it's easier for a lot of artists to come to the event because most of us are not working on Monday nights.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so it has always been on Monday night. For 49
right.
years, it's been on a Monday night.
For
Wow.
49 years. Have never been, it's stayed that way. It works. And it's convenient for the artist. And we make it happen. And again, it's not we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization for this stuff. And we receive public funds to do it. It's funded by the city of Jackson, the state of Mississippi, and other sponsors. So it's funded. It's not a money-making thing. It's something that we're doing to support the industry and to give some encouragement to artists. Okay. So it's not really designed to say, hey, let's put it on a night when we can sell a lot of tickets. No, it's not like that. It's for the artists. So if we can get the artists to come, if you're in this business, it's for you because this award show is for you. If you're in soul music, soul blues, as you call it, come on out because it's for you, whether you nominate it or not, whether you win an award or not. This is for you.
Or
but guess
not.
what?
Whether you're nominated or not, you need to come out.
You need to come out because guess what? People there do the same things that you do. Okay? And as Bessie was saying, promote yourself.
Network. Yeah, network.
You never know. You never know who you're going to see. You can run into Bessie there. She can tell you, look, I got a showcase on this. I'm showcasing. You get down there to Mobile, I'll put you on stage. You just got a break. You just network and found out something you didn't know. Get your behind down there to Mobile and let somebody see you. Then she may want to book you to come back and pay you some money. But you got to invest in yourself. Come to the events where everybody is. You can learn something from other artists. You can learn something from promoters. You can learn something from us. You know, we ain't been around 40, 50, and 30, 40 years for nothing and still doing it. Okay, we know something.
Absolutely
so
right.
Listen, we give it to you for free, like they were doing now. We're giving it to you for free.
That's right.
It's free info, Lady Coaco Show. One of the best podcasts we have in Southern Soul. So y'all need to keep it locked on Coco. So look, we got to get up out of here because we're on a time frame. But we're coming back before July and do this all again. Reach out to both of you all tomorrow and set a second date. So y'all stay tuned because Lady Coco ain't going nowhere. We got to get some more because y'all got to find some more about Betsy and Jessie. How about that? Jessie and Betsy.
I love it. I would love to. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming on. And we're going to do this real soon. Within the next 2 weeks, we'll be coming back, giving you all more information. And once again, to all of you all that are here, thank you for tuning in to the Lady Coaco Show. Good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, how you doing? Listen, I've been watching you for a while, and I just want you to know that I really like the way that you carry yourself, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but I was wondering if I could have a little of you. If you would That's right, baby.